Hi, Mark here with My Engineering. Today I want to show you guys some powerful tools for automating deviation analysis in your scan data. What that might mean for you is automating a workflow for quantifying hail damage on a vehicle hood. And that's the example we're going to be doing today. So for that, we're going to be using our Trackscan Sharp as our scanner and a F-150 for our target object. And we're going to be running all that through GeoMagic ControlX to do the deviation analysis. A little bit about the scanner before we get going. So this is the Scantech Trackscan Sharp. It is a blue light laser scanner. You may notice it looks a little bit different than other scanners that you may be familiar with. This one is the K-Scan Magic 2. The advantage with the Trackscan is it does not require any marker dots. So that is these little stickers that you would have to apply to the object that you're scanning. Because there's a tracking unit behind the camera and it tracks where the scanning head itself is. So we do not have to apply any stickers or spray or anything to the object itself when it comes in. In this case, we have a vehicle pull into the shop. It has some hail damage. We can scan it and it goes off and continues doing whatever it needs to do while we process all the data on the back end. There's no scanning spray, no stickers, and no removing of all that once we're done the scan. Alright, so as I'm scanning, you're able to see it populating on the screen in real time. We can go ahead and scan the entire perimeter of the hood. And then we just have to fill in the middle. And that's it for our scanning. So with our scan complete, we want to do a quick check of our data, make sure that we captured everything that is required, and the scan data looks good. And here we can see there's no holes in our data. We got every part of the hood, and we actually do not see any hail damage, which is nice because this particular hood does not have any. We can see that there's a little bit of rust happening underneath the paint, and if we felt like it, we could actually measure that. But for today's video, we're going to stick to hail damage, so I'm going to switch to a different scan for the next stage. 3D scanning can be a lot of fun, and working with 3D scans is visually very appealing, but we know that if we don't have a good software that can use that scan data, then it turns our scanner from a tool to a toy. So we want our scanners to be tools. Today we're going to be using GeoMagic ControlX as our inspection software. So what we're going to do is we're going to import a hood scan that has hail damage. So you can see here is a bunch of little dimple dents in the hood here itself. And what we want is to create a report from this that will detail, in our case we're going to use a specific area range for each dent so we can determine the severity of the damage. First step we got to do is attach a coordinate system right to the surface. When we use our deviation location tool. So first we have to select our coordinate system for our datum, and in the measurement area we're going to actually select the flat surfaces on the hood itself. Will give us the most accurate readout because there's the least amount of deviation overall. So this looks reasonable. We're going to use that, and it will create just these surfaces that we selected for our scans. Now we're going to throw in a few parameters for actually making our deviation map. And you can see here it gives us some preliminary data to play with. We'll move on to our next step. So like I said, we're going to use area. So we want anything that's larger than, let's say, 100 millimeters square. We're going to cap that out at 2,000 because it'll eliminate some of the areas that it'll detect along the edges of our selected regions. And now you can see it identifies all the areas that fit the parameters of what we just said. From here, our mesh itself, and we're ready to run this on our report. Next step, all we have to do is generate report. And this is all things that you can set up ahead of time. You can have templates for all these measurement tools. If you have a workflow, you can do a lot of this exact sort of thing. You can have this all laid out so it happens very quickly and seamlessly because it's the same inspection every time. We can see here on our report, it has our area, all the deviations that fit our parameters are named just with a numerical order here, and a location, and then it will show you the actual parameters for each one detailed below. So this was a super brief overview on how you can use a professional grade scanner with one of the very powerful tools in GeoMagic ControlX in order to automate and bring efficiency to your day-to-day workflow. If you guys have any specific use cases you'd love to see, let us know at My Engineering. We'd be happy to show them to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.